As someone from Phoenix, Arizona, when I think of wintertime, I think of sunny skies, lucid weather, and a great time for everybody involved. Yet when Pietro Artanino thought of it, he didn't think of this relaxing summer wonderland. He thought of the cold, biting winter, freezing every part of you, lulling your brain, and leading to a slowed everything. Yet still, he said, let us love winter, for it is the spring of genius. That winter, no matter how cold, harsh, or harmful it could be, can lead to the spring and the birth of genius and ingenuity. I'm here to tell you today that that is exactly true. That no matter how hard the conditions, how boring the situation, how difficult your own environment, if you persevere, if you focus, if you take advantage of everything around you, you can also have a spring of ingenuity. And I'm here today to show you this in four different ways. Firstly, about my own experiences studying. Secondly, about my favorite movie, Harry Potter. Thirdly, the experiences of Hedy Lamarr in the 1940s. And fourthly, the experiences that all of us have faced before COVID-19. But first, let's take a step back into my own childhood and explain to you my first time studying. As a second grader, studying was something new to me. I never before had to open a textbook and go through the material page after page after page in a mind-numbing process to actually do good on a test. Heck, coloring an alphabet definitely don't require that much work. But the second I had to actually learn became the dreaded experience that never leaves: studying. Studying to me was pretty boring at first. I had to turn page after page, take note after note, continuously put in all the preparation required, but it slowly started to pay off. When I first took that test, I tried my best, and all the knowledge that I had just studied for, all of that knowledge in the dull winter of my experiences led to the spring of an amazing test. I took this test back, looked at it, and saw 100% smiling right back at me. That is what happens if you focus during the winter. If you take advantage of the periods when stuff aren't so great, you have the ability to take that step forward into the parts of your life that are greater. But let's take this from my life into the life of the famous wizard in my favorite childhood movie of Harry Potter. For those of you who haven't actually heard of the movie before, Harry Potter is the story of a wizard whose name was, you guessed it, Harry Potter, and his experiences fighting the Dark Lord Voldemort. The entire series follows his entire progression as he grows from a young orphan boy into the defender of all wizard kind. Yet he didn't just suddenly become the greatest. He had periods of preparation, of work, of effort. He enrolls in the school for wizardry known as Hogwarts, and in this school, he studies and focuses for every single one of his classes. One particular experience stands out to him: his evil professor, Professor Snape. In his potions class, Snape completely torments Harry Potter, making sure he fails, has the hardest high school experiences, and is unable to succeed. Yet what does Harry Potter do? He takes the book and continues studying. He goes page after page, every single second, him gaining more and more knowledge until he finally reaches his finals and magical SATs and scores perfects in potions. He manages to do the best he can, gain the knowledge he needs to survive in the future, and have the skills required to fight Lord Voldemort. And fight Lord Voldemort is what he did, because in the final battle, all the skills and culminated advances joined him. He got out his wand and won the battle that saved the wizarding world. So whether you're a student studying for the first time or a wizard defending the entire wizarding world, getting through the winters and dull periods of your life can lead you to reap the benefits of the springs. And we can see this in the real world instead of just fiction by taking a look during the 1940s at Hedy Lamarr. Hedy Lamarr was an actress, but she wasn't just any actress. She was one of the best. Her entire life, she's been performing and acting and having great experiences throughout her entire existence. She was well known, famous, renowned across the entire film industry until the beginning of World War II, when the theaters were shut. No more could anyone see Hedy Lamarr's films, and therefore, she was left without a purpose. For years, her main goal in life was to entertain. Yet without a purpose of entertainment, who was she? She had no sole goal, no path forward, and had to retreat to her home and contemplate her existence. And what did she do? She researched. She learned. During the winter period of the war that was shaking the world, Hetty didn't give up. She didn't give in to fear. She bunkered down and began to learn. And all this learning led to innovate, create new technologies, and led to the foundation of Wi-Fi and Bluetooth that shaped the very world we live in today. This video is getting to you because of the innovations of Hedy Lamarr during the period of the war that she was supposed to have no role in. And that is her role of the winter that led to the spring of humanity's innovation. And we can take this exact same period of bunkering down and learning to our modern world as well when we look at COVID-19 and the experiences we all faced during that time period. COVID-19 was more than just another little phase. It was 2 whole years of being unable to leave the house and being stuck in 4 walls. We couldn't get out. We were trapped. We couldn't socialize. We were forced to be alone. Yet in this isolation, innovation grew. Scientists, individuals, and researchers started modernizing technology, innovating new solutions, and leading to the growth and development of the entire AI industry. All these AI startups that exist right now are all caused during COVID. People were able to focus, to research, to hunker down in the winter of the world and prepare for the spring of their future lives. And in order to support these goals, this innovation, this growth, they waited for spring. So there's one thing I want you to learn today, whether from Harry Potter and the Wizarding World, my personal examples, Hedy Lamarr in the 1940s, or even our own joint experiences in COVID-19, is that wait out the winter. Gather your resources, prepare. And while this may not be your Phoenix, Arizona winter wonderland, you should still wait. Because if you persevere, you can reach the spring of fruition. Thank you.